Hello and welcome. My name is Arashona. In this video, we will be looking at starting NeoFly for the first time and adding your first pilot. First of all, you have two choices when installing NeoFly, the installer version or the folder version. The installer version installs itself onto your PC and checks for updates every time that it is run. The folder version runs out of the folder that it is extracted to. Since it is not installed, the folder version does not automatically check for updates. Other than the way that they are run and whether or not they check for updates automatically, the two versions are the same. Both save their local database to the same location. Every time you run NeoFly, you are presented with the same startup screen. The first time you run NeoFly, it will be empty and look just like this. So, how do we add our first pilot? Well, let's start with our call sign. That's basically the name you want your pilot to be. Next is the ICAO. The ICAO is the individual code for the airport that you would like your pilot to start at. ICAO actually stands for International Civil Aviation Organization. Each airport has one, and that's where you will start. Now, do know that you're not stuck at that airport. You can move around. A lot of people like their pilots to be nomads. Start at one area and just constantly move in a given direction based on the best missions that are available and that kind of thing. Others, they like a more of a home base approach. Completely up to you. Fly NeoFly however you like. So in our case, we're going to put in LFPG, which happens to be Charles de Gaulle. Next, we have aircraft. When you first start NeoFly, you have 3 different aircraft that you can choose from for your starter plane. You can choose the Cessna 152, the Cessna 172 Skyhawk with the G1000 GPS unit in it, or the X-Cub. The Cessna 152 and the X-Cub both carry only one passenger, while the Cessna 172 Skyhawk can carry up to 3 passengers in addition to your pilot. That makes a difference on what passenger missions you can take early on. But the X-Cub, a lot of people like to go with that because it can get into places that the 172 and the 152 can't. And that can make a difference on some of the bush missions, such as emergency drop zone missions. Other people, they like to start at the very bottom and work their way up, and they like to start with the 152. It's completely up to you. Fly it however you like. Do know that once you get going in NeoFly, you will not be restricted to these 3 aircraft at all. You'll be able to buy any aircraft that comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you can add any as well that don't come with it but are add-on planes. If you've added it on to Microsoft, you can add it into NeoFly. There's an option to do that on the settings tab, so whatever you want to fly, you can fly, but these are your choices for starting aircraft. Next is Sandbox Mode. You can activate it or not. If you want to turn it on, turn it on. What Sandbox Mode does is, if you choose Sandbox Mode, you start out as a wealthy, seasoned pilot. That means that you can fly any mission type because you're already a senior captain. You can fly any aircraft type because there are multiple aircraft type, and you only start out normally being able to fly single engine props, which are qualification A's. To fly anything else, you basically have to purchase the aircraft and take a qualification mission. But with Sandbox Mode, you already have all of those qualifications. So in this case, I prefer myself to work my way up. So I am going to leave that turned off. And then when you have all the information as you like it, you select Add Pilot. Pilots added, and they're now in the list. Now you have a drop down which of one. If you want to add more pilots at any time, you can, because even if you don't do it now, every time you start NeoFly, you'll come back to this screen. So you could add another pilot if you like. And we'll put NeoLord also at LFPG. And we'll leave Sandbox Mode for him as well. Off. We'll leave that off. So if we add that pilot, pilot added. Now, every time we come in, we'll be able to pick whichever one we want. If we want to fly NeoLord, we got it. If we want to fly Ara, there we go. So, now that we have everything as we want it, the pilot selected that we want, the only other options other than, well, we can start, but we also can delete. If you want to delete a pilot, you would just hit delete. It will give you a warning. And in this case, we're going to say, no, we don't want to delete it. So then we're ready to start NeoFly, and this will launch us into the main program itself. This is the main program for NeoFly. When you first run it, you will begin on the Missions tab. And by default, the ICAO will be wherever your pilot is located. And you can see that here, and you can see that here. You can also check it on your staff page, and it's here. All of that is based on that information that we entered on the first tab. So that's where we start. We now have all the missions. Notice some of them are red. When you first start out, you do not have access to them all. You earn experience points by flying missions, and in turn, those unlock the different mission types based on your ranks here. And if you don't want to see the ones that you're not currently qualified for, you can turn them off. The other thing to notice when you start NeoFly for the very first time is over here on the map, invalid credentials. Sign up for a developer account at http://www.microsoft.com/maps/developers. Basically, what that is saying is in order to make all of the missions work, you need to have a Bing key. NeoFly uses Bing Maps, and in order to bring in some of the live data, you need a Bing key. It's free. It's not hard to get. You just simply need to get your Bing key. You'll come here to the Settings tab up here, and you'll enter your Bing key right here. There are guides that come with NeoFly and also on the Discord. The Discord will have the most up-to-date one. Those will walk you through exactly what you need to do to put your Bing key in here, how to generate it, and then basically enter here. The other thing to know, the catch here is make sure you get the entire key. It's very long, and it's very easy to truncate it when you're copying it and not get everything. If you do that, when you hit save here, it will not enter your Bing key. So once you've got your Bing key and everything all set up, you'll be able to fly your first mission. And I have a separate tutorial on flying your first mission. You can watch that and you get a really good idea of what to expect, all the sounds that you'll hear, and what you'll see, and how to connect it to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that will do it for this video. If you have any questions, please ask, and I will answer. Also, please check out www.neofly.net. That's the main site for NeoFly, and also join us on Discord. We have a very friendly community there, and we'll be more than happy to help out and answer any questions that you have. All right. Thank you. Take care. Bye.